Don't vote the bad PPP, vote GPP. Vote the G.
Thank you for once again welcoming me into your living room today. I'm always excited to have a conversation with you and discuss the future of our nation and how we can make it better, working together with all of us. I was in Essequibo earlier this week, and one of the questions I keep getting asked is, why is the government doing this to us? And, some of my answers as I went through those discussions with the people of Essequibo was we have to do things for ourselves. We working together is going to make that difference. In our own symbol for our political party, our political movement, we have the simple G. When you're voting this time around, you're voting for Guyana. So we are basically voting for ourselves. The establishment has failed us. You're going to see the battles between the presidential candidates of the two major parties. You're going to see the dirty fighting, who did what 28 years ago, what we have seen definitely in the last 20 years. And we want a better life for our country. And as we go around, traveling around Guyana, the same message we hear every day: why can't we be a better nation, united and free? I'd like to read you a quote. It says, "The past is dead. Let it bury its dead. Let me beseech you to lay aside all rancor, all bitter sectional feeling, and take your places in the ranks of those who will bring about a consummation devotedly to be wished, a reunited country," a reunited country. This was the speech from a young Southerner in 1889, former President of the U.S., Jefferson Davis. If President Dr. Jagdeo would have said that at Babajan, that we need a reunited country, would have been a much better speech than talking about all of the things of the past and all of the things that is happening, and why haven't he done what he needs to do in the last 20 years. Today we have a very exciting program. I want to introduce you to some of our team members. I would consider this the younger generation part of our political movement. On my far left is Vaughn Phillips. He's been on this television program before. He is a security expert, but he's working full-time getting the message for change out in Guyana. Liana is from Berbice. She is a UG student looking to graduate hopefully in the next year and a half, and wondering where her opportunities would come from when she graduates, and she'll talk about some of the issues in Berbice. Tanisha, who is also a UG student studying health sciences, I think wants to be a doctor, is here to discuss some of the things she's seeing at the university and why she wants to be involved in the change we are all looking for. And Odeli is here. She is actually unemployed, but a marketing expert, wondering again the same question all of us have: how are we going to make Guyana a better place so all of us can work together, reunited, back to our Guyanese dream, that we want a simple life that says, give us the opportunities to do a chance to get better jobs, better income, and we all will work together to make a nation that is beneficial to all of us and all our children. Donald Ramatar, the presidential candidate this week for the PPP, said he will sustain the standards of living for all Guyanese people. What sustain, as we know, means is to keep. And why would he want to keep the way we are today? The poverty, the lack of jobs, the lack of opportunities, many of our people migrating, UG students and other students graduating without any jobs. That is not what we want in our country. We want a better life, and a better life for all of us. As we talk, Tanisha, you're in UG. You're seeing anything about election fever, and I know finals are coming up. What is happening in your mind for this year?
Well, seeing that election is right around the corner, there is a lot of change and a lot of feeling in the air because of the recent announcement of all the presidential candidates, which is very important and got everyone thinking what they are going to do on election day. But in UG right now, everyone is busy preparing for the finals exam, which is right around the corner, which about in a few weeks we will have finals coming up there. So everyone right now is busy getting prepared for that.
But what is the mood? I mean, when you say the presidential candidates, you find your friends and colleagues paying attention now that we have choices?
I think everyone now is paying a little attention because there needs to be a change. So everyone is looking forward to that change, which will bring betterment to all of us as young people.
Great. And I was at Eugene not too long ago too, and encouraging those that have not registered to register to vote, because you can't make a difference in Guyana if you don't go to the polls. A lot of people say they don't like politics. But what is politics? Politics is exercising your right.
Yes, and we're living in politics every day because politics decide what is going to happen in our lives every day. So we need to pay attention to it.
And I think so. Vaughn, you were with me in Essequibo this week, and to all the Essequibans watching, and I appreciate the fact that Mr. C.N. Sharma on Channel 6 can now, he's broadcasting in Essequibo Coast. People are putting up high antennas because the government refused to give him relay license so that he can broadcast very well around the coast and in Berbice. But at least we know the Essequibans are putting their antenna up as high as they can, and they're getting this channel. So welcome to all of you that are looking in Essequibo. Vaughn, what was your impression of the region?
Well, we were up in Region 2 Essequibo, and the people were very receptive. The people of Essequibo want to see development of their industry. They want more jobs. They believe it's kind of like a stagnation in Region 2. And when we were speaking with the people, they were saying that the rice industry needs development. They need more factories. They need new products like turning the rice into cereal that they could market and sell, maybe even outside. They can turn the rice into also sweets like snacks like Rice Krispies. So,
Danny, you had one of those Rice Krispies. So what did you think of that?
It was really good. It tasted really good.
I think you took mine home.
Yes, it can really go far.
Yeah, but yeah, Vaughn, I think the reception was very good. They're looking for those changes. As we go through the conversation, I'll take a phone call because somebody is really insisting and talking to us. Let's see. Yes, we missed them. Yes. But Vaughn, yeah, going back to Essequibo Coast, they're looking for some basic things, job opportunities right there for our people. And young people still not finding jobs right here in the coast. We need local industries in those areas.
yes, one of the ladies, one of the women that we spoke to, she said that she had a 16, 17-year-old son. He just finished with school and he had nothing to do. So, and it wasn't just that one situation, it was several situations like that. So we would like, what the GPP, Ghana People's Partnership, is fighting for is development of Essequibo, for development for the rice industry in Essequibo. And right now there's, for the country, it's like 3-4% growth per year in the economy. And I think in order for Guyanese to be more enriched, more empowered economically, it needs to be more like 6-7% growth per year.
Yes, you're on the air. Can I help you? Hello? We keep getting the calls, but it's not coming through. Liana, you came down from Berbice this morning. You hear all the things we're talking about, and I know you have been involved in working with youth organizations, church organization in your area. What is your mood and the things that we need to be looking at today for a better country?
Well, I would say that we need more industries to be created. Well, with new industries, we'll have more jobs created for all of our young people. Because in Berbice, well, it's young people in Berbice feel very helpless because every year we have hundreds of students who leave school and university students as well, and there are no jobs to look forward to. And not forgetting the many sacrifices our parents made, our hard work in studying and going to school, waking up early every morning. And at the end of those 5 years or 4 years at university, there are no jobs.
And I just crossed the Berbice Bridge today. I was in actually Skeldon, and I was working with some of the vendors at the market. And one of the things we realized even when I went to Berbice is that a lot of people just saying, give us the opportunity to do business even. But they're getting run down by the town council for everything they do. There are many different stifling places. that is not getting people excited about just getting up and working.
That's right.
Yeah, but you know, we've got to keep at those changes. But one point you made in terms of the young people, parents. You know, sometimes I don't hear that too often, Tanisha. But the parents have done their best they can to send you to school.
That's right.
And what would your father want of you today?
Well, when I'm finished, he probably want me to have a good job where I could probably be able to help out back the family there and help to put my input back there to give back to them. But when you don't have the job opportunity, how will you be able to do those things?
Yeah. Yes, you're on the air.
Hi, good day.
Good day.
Very happy that I get through.
Thank you.
I have been watching the program for some while, and I'm glad that you're one of the freedom fighters because still in the same problem we've been in since we've received our independence. And I was really disappointed that you had to leave the AFC.
Yeah, what would you tell our young people that you're watching right now on the program? What would you tell them?
Don't be fooled by these bubbles they're placing in front of your eyes, such as one laptop for family when we really need wall pumps and a better sea defense and probably a railway system from Ramsaroop to Spelman. We need hydroelectricity. Just don't be fooled by these bubbles they're putting in front of our faces. You know, they're trying to trick us. And the presidential candidate that is for the PPP right now, I would not even think about supporting him.
Yes.
His moral values is very low. You need to look at people whose moral values are high and their financial background has been stable and it has been without breaking integrity, you know.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate your call. All right, Ali. We have students, we have workers, and here you are with all expertise in marketing, and you are unemployed. Give me your emotions to all of that. I mean, you're part of our team and you're helping me work the campaign for a better Guyana, but why?
Why? Because personally, it's a struggle. Actually, being unemployed, it's a struggle. And the reason I'm here is because personally, I need a change.
Mm-hmm.
And as young people, we all need change because how are we going to develop ourselves if we don't have jobs? As Leanna said, we finish our studies and we have nothing to look forward to. So I will commit myself to working for a change, and I will also work with young people who are willing to do so.
And you see young people from your friends and family feeling that same passion that they've got to get involved this time to make a difference?
Yes, I am. I'm getting that feedback, yes. Very positive.
We'll take one more call and then we'll go to a break and then get back with our young panel. I hope you're excited that they are getting involved in making a change for our country. I always say that when my time comes for my rocking chair and my hammock, I want to know that I have helped the best I can, but the new generation that you're looking at today is ready to take our country forward and to make a difference in our lives and in our future children's life. Yes, you're on the air. Yes, what would you tell our young people today? Are you hearing? Yes, you're on the air.
Yes, sir. I would like to thank all those sitting there.
Yes.
Do not give up. Just be strong, and in this coming election, make certain that this administration that is doing there, whether you're an Indian or you're an African person, because we have so much of desperation among the young people in this country. We have young people going to the University of Ghana and leaving and cannot find a decent job in this country. We have young people who have to be relying themselves to survive.
Yes, yes. Well, I thank you for the advice. And what do you think on our caller here? She's passionately reaching out to you.
I think that was a very good advice to young people and need to pay attention to what she's saying there.
Every place she goes, they will tell her there are no jobs. But I believe that this administration was not remain there.
Yes, thank you. But you believe that if we work together with these young people ourselves and you, we can make a difference in our country, right?
They must tell each other not to vote based on race.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Appreciate your call.
Encouragement.
Thanks for the encouragement the folks are telling you here. We'll take a quick break. and listen to the song on our book and our plans for Guyana, and then we'll come back and discuss with you the future of our nation with the new generation that will take our country forward.
Hope for our nation. Peter R. Ramsaroop, MBA. Listen to what he has to say through lyrics and music. Sing it, CD.
There is hope for our nation, yeah, to save us from destruction. I tell you, there is hope for our nation, yeah, to save us from destruction.
Implement our national anthem. One land of six peoples, united and free. Recommit to our Guyanese patriotism. Develop a blueprint for operating in a multi-ethnic society. Our children are our future. Therefore, we must upgrade our battered educational system. We must give our youth an education that is career-oriented, nationalistic, and moral.
There is hope for our nation, yeah, to save us from destruction. I tell you, there is hope for our nation, yeah, to save us from destruction.
We must build on the unique strengths of the people and the country. Creativity, cultural diversity, natural beauty, and strategic location. To expand the economy into service and knowledge-based activity. Optimize competitiveness of goods and commodity producing sectors. Employ sound financial management to reduce taxes and increase revenues from exports.
There is hope for our nation, yeah, to save us from destruction. I tell you, there is hope for our nation, yeah, to save us from destruction.
Develop roads, schools, power and light, and hospitals. Measure implementation and enforce strict accountability for projects, including environmental protection. Consider a light rail system between major cities. Establish a new public housing program. Develop a modern international airport to serve as a hub to the Caribbean and South America. Move to a coordinated dynamic vision of our future infrastructure in which all of Guyana's regions are brought together.
There is hope for our nation, yeah, to save us from destruction. I tell you, there is hope for our nation, yeah, to save us from destruction.
Implement Guyana 21. Encourage competitive industries to build on our strengths of geography, agricultural produce and climate. Develop food processing plants. Expand exportation of livestock, fruits and other non-traditional crops. Reduce prices in Guyana. Improve the economic framework. Develop a positive business climate and reduce regulatory impediments.
There is hope for our nation, yeah, to save us from destruction. I tell you, there is hope for our nation, yeah, to save us from destruction.
Help our farmers to develop export markets. Attract manufacturing facilities, transportation and energy investment. Reforming government will enhance individual liberty and allow the other 11 proposals to be more effective. Encourage the involvement of the people in all aspects of society. Government must provide effective, visionary and inclusive leadership to ensure the elimination of racism. Downsize government and bureaucracies in order to encourage entrepreneurship and develop a free, robust private sector.
Hope for our nation, yeah, to save us from destruction. I tell you, there is hope for our nation, yeah.
I hope you have hope for our nation. I do, and I passionately believe that we can have a better nation, we can have a better country, we can work with each other for a better life, and for all of these folks sitting on television today. Leanna, your thoughts?
Well, Peter, come all the way from Berbice, and I've been campaigning for you in Region 5 and Region 6 as well. And I want to say that going to people's houses on a daily basis, trying to get signatures, their most complaint was about, the young people not being able to get jobs after finishing schools and everything, right? And they keep asking, what is the government doing? And we all realize by now that the current system has surely failed us, and we keep seeing money being spent but on nothing that can benefit us, and I'm sure you all can relate to that.
Yes, we can.
I think that reason because we don't have the industries to go into to work into. If Guyana try to develop industries here, we might probably be able to stay right in Guyana and work rather than to be leaving the country to go elsewhere in Caribbean and United States and these countries to work. We need to be thinking positive and look forward for change this coming election.
And you want to stay in Guyana?
Yes, I really do want, because this is where our family is, and there's no place like home.
Yes, and one of the things I wanted to direct towards young people is that 60% of the electorate for this election is going to be between probably 18 and 30 years old. And the traditional politicians is, they're thinking that, this voting bloc can just be manipulated and brainwashed. And I would like to encourage those young people that you're the most important part of the election. You have a lot of power, and you're going to help determine the next president of Guyana. And you shouldn't feel depressed, and we need high turnout. You should come out to vote. You should realize that you have an important role to play, and you should exercise that role. For the people who think that voting is not important, we say that Guyana People's Partnership says that when you don't vote, you're giving up your power. When you vote, you're exercising your power, and we encourage young people to exercise your power and vote.
Just to add to what Vaughn said, I want to encourage young people out there to come out and vote and to keep the hope alive, because some of the feedback that I've got is that nothing is going to change no matter what. It's been that way for 28 years and it don't make no sense, and it's kind of discouraging. But because I have that hope and I have the drive, I will continue to encourage the young people out there to come out and vote and keep the hope alive. Do it for yourself.
Also, it is our civic right to vote.
Exactly.
So all the young people out there, come out and vote and make the right choice.
And they got to register first, so we have one more time to...
Well, yeah, we have our signature sheet going out, so you can get on that sheet and make the right choice.
And just one more thing, Peter. Also, that the traditional politicians are trying to make it believe that there's just two alternatives out there. Right now, you have the AFC, you have the PPP, you have the PNC, and you have the Guyana People's Partnership, Peter Ramsaroop, who's running for president. And so we would like to say to the people, especially young people, that there's a lot of alternative out there. If you want to change your country, and you're not satisfied with the way it is right now, you could vote for the Guyana People's Partnership and
take a chance.
Peter Ramsaroop president.
Thank you. Let's take a call. Yes, you're on the air.
Yes, sir.
Yes, what's your advice for our young folks here?
Well, what I'd like to say is that you guys can't win the election unless you come together.
Yes.
If you do not come together as one, you cannot win it.
Okay.
Other parties need to come together, especially the AFC. They need to join together with the PNC. It's very thoughtful to say this.
Well, yeah, and I applaud your togetherness. As we think through that, though, changing Guyana, and I'm very blunt and blatant on this subject, to change our country, we have to have a vision and a hope for our country. It is not about just slapping people together of the past without a policy of change. It is about putting you and me together and working it. As Vaughn said, the political system have failed us. So when people say just come together, it is not about putting the old politician who's been in parliament 28, 40 years. They have not done anything for our country. What we have to do is work with these young people and work for a better country. We, the people, not the politicians, not the political parties, but we, the people.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. the advice that has come in some of the phone calls is for us to keep our hope. And to do that, what is that inspiration, Leanna? What is your drive? The one thing that is driving you for that change? We talk about jobs and opportunities, but what about the future generation?
Well, the future generation is actually us, right? And if we can come together and work together and put our ideas out there, then nothing won't happen. We will not have change.
Yes.
So my urge is for us to come together and work together. So.
Well, as we wrap up the program, Deli, what is your one comment you want to leave with the public and leave with us? I mean, what's your passion?
Hope.
Hope.
And take a chance.
Take a chance.
Yes, take a chance.
Let's do it this time.
And together we
We
will.
will. Absolutely.
Yes.
Tanisha?
I think this coming election, we should not vote for race, but for change. Because in God, everything is possible. We need to put God in front of everything. So vote this coming election for race,
For us.
Yes,
For us.
for change.
For us.
For a change.
For change and voting.
yes, not for the race.
Not for the race, but as we vote,
Don't look on the face of who will be the leader of that political party, but because you think that there will be a change coming for that political party that you're going to vote for.
great. Leanna, your final thoughts?
Well, I totally agree with Ayodele and Tanisha here. Let's not vote for race, but let's vote for change. And together we will make it happen.
One?
The caller on the last caller said that the GPP cannot win the election, but who would have predicted that in Egypt, right? Mubarak was in power for over 30 years. Who would have predicted that the young people in Egypt in 18 days they would have changed the government over there? So we would like the young people in Guyana to exercise their power. And remember, you have people in the Middle East standing in front of bullets. We don't have to do that in Guyana. All the people have to do is have political courage, political bravery, and vote to change the government, a better government.
Well, as we wrap up the program, I appreciate Vaughn, Leanna, Tanisha, Deli. Thank you for joining us. I mean, I wake up every day running a campaign, fighting for the rights of our people. But when I sit next to you, and I went to Essequibo with Vaughn, and you this week, I was in Berbice with Leanna yesterday and this morning. And as I walk around, that's my inspiration. And I really appreciate that you all are taking Guyana in your hands. I can help, I can moderate. But as you talk with your friends, it's that hope, it's the passion, it's the change, it's the fact that we've got to believe that we can have a better country.
Yes.
And if we believe, and you out there watching in your living room today, and if you're over the age of 45 and you vote the same way, you are messing with these young generations' future. And if you're a young person out there and you listen to voting the traditional way of the past because your family has always voted that way, you're messing with your future. I'm asking you to pay attention to this election. It's about our nation. It's about a better life for all of us. It is for the future of the next generation and the current generation. And what we want in life is a simple Guyanese dream. Better life for all, decent income, decent job, safety, security, an economic environment that we produce valuable goods that we'll be able to sell internationally and domestically. We want industries to connect our regions. We want to be able to connect to the 5th largest economy in the world, Brazil. We want fuel efficiency. We don't want blackouts. We want the basic